Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Cosmic again here. So I'm going live today. I'm just gonna do kind of like a market overview, some stuff that's gone on in the market this week. One of the cool things, I'm gonna share my screen right now. Let's see. Let's go to share screen. Let's go to Windows. So hold on a second. Let's just go to. Let's go to. Let's just go to Crypto Slam real quick. All right, so just going over the market volume for the week. I like to use Crypto Slam to just kind of get a general idea of how the market's going. Uh, not many services kind of do this. I like to look at the 7-day volume. If it's daily volume, I'm going to look at 24-hour volume. What's cool about Crypto Slam is it's free. Other than that, I'm really just looking at on here. I'll go into uh, NFT nerds. That's kind of where I do like a lot of like research on projects in terms of like charting. But we had a once again, Moonbirds is kind of dominating the market. Like the amount of sales and the volume that it's doing is quite insane, especially for the price. I think right now it's trading at roughly about 30 ETH, 31 ETH, which is really amazing considering the amount of volume they did. Mutant Apes definitely did quite a lot this week. Think today, or there's rumors of the land sale coming up, which is going to be really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't do the KYC, so I might look at those on secondary when they come out. Murakami Flowers, they had a huge problem with getting botted this week with their drop with the raffle. They had a huge amount of raffle entries. I think it was like 6 million or something, and they didn't do that great of a job in preventing that. However, the project is still really really cool. If I would have won, I would have 100% minted. So that's really cool. The other thing is, let's see, there were some problems with the Akoro Mint Pass this week, I think, with some people's bids actually getting locked in the contract. But I think they fixed that, if I'm not mistaken. Which I gotta double check on that. But I know there were some issues with their contract, and the refunds weren't able to get back out. And same thing with the minting. I think they fixed it though. I just got to double check. But yeah, overall the market is definitely, in terms of volume, is definitely up this week. If you look over here, I believe global index by sales volume, NFTs are up, 138%. So it's pretty cool to see. One of the things, hold on, I'm going to share screen with another project that's really, really cool. So this is NFT Nerds. It's a really cool, uh, charting slash, uh, I don't know. It gives you a bunch of things. It gives you everything from the trading to holders, which is really cool. It's kind of like Nansen. It's going to give you a whole bunch of great information. The really cool thing about NFT nerds is they're buying, right? You could set your default gas on the bottom if you want it super fast, and you can actually buy off the website, which is really cool. It's a great Web3 service. Uh, it gives you nice charts too. These are the individual sales. Um, the other thing that it kind of does is it shows you the listings. right? As sales, these are the sales that are coming, you know, real time, and also the listings, and you could sort them by price, by rank, which is really cool. Uh, one of the cool things here, I'll move this, filter this a little bit better. It's going to give you like the price walls, what people are listing at. So in this collection, Frenzies, which is something I got into this week, they were trading relatively high uh, this past week. The the um the collection, I think it kind of, you were able to build your frenzy, which is really cool. Um, Kind of like what Nifty Degen did, which was an amazing drop. They're a great collection to get into. I think they minted for point 0.2, if I'm not mistaken, or point 0.1. I forget. It was a while ago, but very similar kind of minting experience where you got to go to the website, you got to build your character yourself, which is very, very cool. But yeah, this collections, it's been dropping a bit. I got in, just full disclosure. I really like what they're doing. They were in Christie's, which is really, really cool. The team, they were in the Macy's Day Parade. They're an established, you know, art company, if you want to call them art. That's what I would consider them. They also did a Netflix series called the True and the Rainbow, which you could watch. So this is like when I talk about companies coming in from your normal real world into Web3 and trying to do stuff, and they're creating this whole metaverse, which is really, really cool. I'll go to uh, the OpenSea link. I'm not sure if you've seen them, but they're pretty cool. I'll just click on one for now. So you can move them around. They on the website, you were able to design everything from the heads to the bodies to a whole bunch of cool different things. Um, so I dig them. I'm a huge fan of companies coming in uh, to the Web3 space and building, because first you know who they are. They got a background in terms of building a company, in terms of developing, in terms of working through problems. And let's face it, like everything in the web, in NFTs, you deal with a lot of people that you have no idea who they are. You don't know any of their experiences. You have no idea whether or not they're going to fix things. A lot of times they do, but it's just one of those things. You know, as investors and as collectors, uh, seeing a solid team is super, super important. So I know they're getting a little bit of FUD at the moment, but I believe this collection is going to do very well in the future. Check them out. I thought they were pretty cool. One of the other things that I thought was very cool was let's see if we could find a daily firework. Um, let's see. Hi. That's not going to pop up. Sometimes OpenSea, finding the collections. Uh, Daytime. So this is another cool uh, drop. Um, Basically, this is an artist, Kajau, who has done art exhibits in pretty much every major museum. He's been around for a very, very long time. You were able to get a golden ticket. You're The website TRL Labs, I think it is. They helped him launch this, but pretty much you were able to take a short little quiz, and you were able to get a golden ticket to mint one of these firework packets. Now, what's cool about these firework packets is you're going to be able to launch them. Uh, every day is going to have different weather conditions. So if we go back to daily, hold on, daytime firework packet. So it just I think yesterday was the first day. There's two time frames during the day that you're able to launch your fireworks. So as you can see, one of the big things he's done is he works a lot with fireworks, and he actually launched, or he did a whole fireworks show on and gunpowder, I should say. I should say it's more gunpowder ish, on the Great Wall of China. So these were the two that were able to be launched yesterday based on weather conditions, area. So it's pretty cool. It launches and then it fizzles out, but it's a really cool project. It's 90 days that you get to launch these. I'm sorry, 45 days. There's two per day, so it'd be 90 different um fireworks. It's a really cool project. It was something that I got into way back when. Uh someone gave me sent it to me, and I checked it out, and I thought it was just really cool. Uh, so that's those are the two things, those two projects that kind of I wanted to touch on this week because I thought they were pretty cool. Overall, like I said, back to the market. The market's definitely picking up. I mean, if you look at all these and change in 7 days, I mean, you're talking about huge increases in volume. Um, which is really nice to see in the NFT market. Moonbird's brought in uh, a lot of a lot of new money, and it gave the NFT market a nice little push. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see that things are picking up. A lot of projects are increasing. A lot of money flow from people, flipping birds and a lot of other things. Putting it into other projects. So very cool. Uh, in terms of one of the other projects that I'm really big on is Lizard's Lab. They started to pick up volume. Same community that I'm in when NFT Project List. Momo, this is his project. Zeneca is a big fan of it, and as you can see, a lot of sales in the last couple days. 278 sales, so it's picking up steam. I love the project. I own a couple, and it's something that for a low cost of entry, it definitely has amazing potential. So it's something to look out for. One of the projects I did go for this week was Anata, which I thought was very cool. Let's see if we can bring up their website. I don't know if it'll pop up. Go to their Discord. Give me a second. Yeah, so this was a really cool project. They created this avatar that you could be able to load. So as you can see there, you have the avatar, and you'd be able to link your face to the avatar, and it kind of goes with you and speaks and everything. It's a really cool project. The final floor price for the bid was 5.25 ETH, which is pretty good. I think now in secondary they're trading at like roughly about six, a little more than six. So another cool anime project. If you got into it, it was probably about an hour before the bid ended. I think it was 1.7 ETH, and then within like an hour to 2 hours, the floor price was 5.25. So what they did was I think they released about 1900 PFPs. So pretty much the lowest bid from that 1900 top bids was the bid that everyone paid. So pretty much you had to make sure your bid was within the top 1900 in order to mint. I think you're allowed up to three. So I'm not sure how many people got towards the end, but I know there's a bunch of 10 ETH bids. Let's see. I think actually, yeah. So 60, so almost 70 ETH was the highest bid. Let's see for multiples. So for multiples, you had a 13.2 ETH bid for three. So pretty amazing. I'm not sure how many this person was able to get. I'm pretty sure if you put in 13.2 for three, you would end up putting 36.6. I'm sorry, 39.6 ETH. So pretty high, definitely a huge demand project. So here's the ranking, which was really cool. So as you could see towards the end, this number, this chart changed like I want to say like 10 different times. With two was actually a huge number in the beginning. It was like 200, and I guess towards the end that's when everyone started bidding, because there was a 3-hour window towards the end that you had to they can end it at any time. So once that 3-hour window started, that's really when you saw a lot of the bids. But overall, the market, going back to Crypto Slam, it's super exciting to see, the NFT market picking up. Oh, that was the other thing this week I wanted to touch on, was not the NBA Top Shot, but the association with the NBA collection, which was a really cool. I think it's going to be a really cool uh, project. I don't know how it does after the NBA Finals, but it's going to be very cool. What they do is, let's see if I can bring up the website. Hold on, give me a second. I think I'm in their Discord. I might have got out of it. Uh, yeah, I think I'm out of it. I don't know what it is, but one of the yeah, it was a pretty cool project. Oh, there it is, the Association NFT. I think that's it. Let's see if we can click on it. Let's see if I can find it on here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's a very cool project. Pretty much what they're doing is they had some issues with the whitelist, so they increased the total supply by I think the supplies. This might not actually be it. I think it's like 30K now. Let's see, maybe it's this one. Yeah, so I guess what they did was they created two separate contracts. So it's supposed to be an 18K supply, and then they airdropped another 12K to people because there was a whitelist issue. So it's pretty wild to see that the floor held up on roughly a 30K collection, 29K. But pretty much what they do is, I think each player has 75 NFTs, I think now, or maybe it's more, maybe it's like 130 now with the extra drop. So as the finals goes on, their NFT, your NFT, whatever player you have, is going to change based on certain types of points, rebounds, buzzer shots, steals. So based on how they perform and how the team performs throughout the finals, your NFT is going to change, which I think is very cool. Um, I think it's a very innovative project. It's something that I knew about a while back, that I just for some reason, I didn't get into it. But yeah, I think it's going to do very well once the final start. It's just after that is, what happens, the longevity of the project afterwards. I'm sure they're going to do multiple seasons. uh it might be something people get into every year. And it was also a free mint from what I remember. So this is a free mint, so a lot of people took profit as well. A free mint going up to, I think at the highest it was point 0.4. Let's see if we can go to the other contract, because this is the first one was 18. So yeah, so the highest it ended up being around like point 3 for a free mint. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You don't see that very often. So really cool project. If you're into basketball and the NBA, it's probably a really cool thing to get into, just to see. And nothing has been revealed yet, so that's also pretty cool. We'll see what happens once reveal goes on. You see, you are getting a little bit this red bar over here with NFT nerds. All that means is this was purchased beforehand. Now they're selling it for a loss. So you're seeing a lot of that. Green is first time sales. And then if you would see a yellow bar on the side, that means someone bought it and selling it for higher. So over here, what they do is there's this momentum chart. Um, sometimes it looks clean. So this actually looks pretty clean. Um, Sometimes it's a little wacky. It doesn't really look too good. But pretty much what this is telling you is the bottom is showing you new sales, the top is showing you listed sales. But when the bars are red, okay, green, like I said over here, it just gets transferred. So you could see within the amounts, and the I think the bottom is over time. You could see the new listings and then relistings down. Um, so it's pretty cool. It kind of breaks it up into a chart, which is really cool. Uh, Over here, like I said before, is the sell walls. So there's a big one here, 370, about 300 between point 0.2 and point 0.3. So just like anything in NFTs, you looking at like data, right? And oh yeah, so you see it did go into almost point 0.5 if we look back on the whole length, since the contract is deployed. So it's definitely reaching a nice consolidation over here. But I mean, you talk about NFTs, right? Let's see if we can bring up MFers, right? MFers, I don't know how far this will go back. Yeah, it doesn't even go back that far. So I minted MFers um that day, and it was a gas war. I ended up paying like point 0.3 for it, or I think total, I think it was a point 0.1 mint. I forget what it was, but it went down to all the way to point 0.1 for, I want to say, 2 months. I don't know if maybe Crypto Slam can bring it up. Let's see, because they actually do really good at taking long term data, which is something that, like, a lot of these platforms don't do for some reason. I really don't know. Sometimes they show, yeah, you see. So if you look, all right, the floor in December was point 2, let's call it. It stayed that way all the way to pretty much for a month, right? And then this is where Farouk pumped it. He bought a whole massive amount of them, and they went wild. I think, yeah, the highest was almost like point 0.6, um, which is crazy. But going back to uh, what I was saying before is you get a ton of consolidation, right? This is something that happens in NFTs so often, right? You're gonna get a huge pump. You get these pumps, right? So height over here, right down. Then they consolidate for a while. You might get another little pump, consolidate lower, and then you start to get these big pumps. But it's very hard to time these big pumps because one, a lot of the buying and selling that you get in NFTs is a lot of pumps from influencers. People tweet out something that they're buying, or wallet tracking is a huge thing. So people are watching wallets, they're seeing their every Discord has genie bots, right, that are just showing the sweeps of collections, and metrics of sales per hour. So you see large sales and large sweeps, that's when you're going to start seeing massive movement in collections, because people are going to notice it and they're going to flock to it. So it's very hard to determine what causes those sweeps, what causes influencers to start buying a project that's 3-4 months old, or a month old, whether it's they're waiting for good entry points or whatever the case may be. So the biggest thing I think I don't want to give advice, but a guideline to go by is never wait to sell, because if you believe in a collection, and you there's a solid team behind it, hold on to it as long as you can. I know liquidity becomes a huge problem for a lot of NFT traders and collectors, um, but if you could hold on to good solid projects as long as you can, don't don't worry about the day-to-day floor price, because most likely you're going to buy something, and especially if you buy secondary, and it's probably going to drop 50%, but based on your entry, because it's very hard to time the bottom in NFTs and crypto. But the long term holds, and the longer you hold it, if, like I said, good solid projects, the much you're going to do a lot better. And those pumps are the times where you have to say to yourself, all right, is this something I want to keep? Is this something that I believe in? Because after that, there is no doubt that it will go back down 50-60%. Whether or not that floor will now be 300, 200, 1,000% higher is a different story, but it will settle down. The NFT market will they'll leave and they'll go to the next thing, and then people are worried about liquidity, and they're gonna undercut the floor because they want to get into the next project, and they say to themselves, well, listen, if I sell here for 10% loss, I might be able to make 50% on this next trade, so I'll take the 10% loss and I'll jump into something else. And that's why a lot of times you see undercutting, right? It's people saying, okay, this isn't pumping anymore. Let me take my liquidity and let me see if I can go make it somewhere else. Get bots that do this. You get people that do this. It's just a mentality. So holding through anything, like I say, is the longer you hold, the better off you're going to be. I made that mistake when MFers. I sold it, I think, at point 0.2 or 0.25 or something. I took a 5%, 10% loss, and or a 5% loss, and only to, I think, like maybe 3 weeks later, I think it went up to 4 ETH, 5 ETH with that big run. Did the same thing with generative uh, dungeon. I think it was the same thing. I sold for point 0.4. I think it ended up going to like 3 ETH 2 days later. So flipping doesn't always work, and I've gotten burned with it. And like anything, I'm giving you guys my experience. Everyone's experience is completely different. Um, but I'm just giving you what I've gone through over my NFT investing and trading year. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of like all I wanted to cover. I'm gonna try doing these live streams as much as I can, and I would love for I would love for people to come in and ask questions, and eventually, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna start doing some actual podcasts with some cool people. I want to bring people from the NFT space to talk about things. Also want to bring people in from the functional medicine world. I got a few doctors that I'm going to have on here, which should be really cool. And as you can see, I got the banner down at the bottom, Kettlebell Crew NFT. That's going to be that's my project. I'm working with a whole bunch of cool people to build that, and we're kind of trying to bring fitness, uh, wellness, and a whole bunch of other things to the NFT community. And it's going to be a nice little ecosystem. So come join the Discord. You got any questions, just shoot them out there. It's going to be a really cool project. Uh, so but follow me on Twitter, subscribe, hit the like button below, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.